Greetings, Patriots. Today we are going to read a situation and have an opportunity to write an equation, something we've currently already somewhat been doing. So take the time to set up your notebook. There's guided notes that are provided for you. You can either print those, you can write those. The main thing is that you have access to them. You can also type on them if you wanted to. Okay, you don't have to sit and write every single problem. Just work out your problem, set it up along with me in the video. The learning objective is I will solve one-step equations given a situation. So let's look at the first situation. Ross and Gabby sold boxes of cookies for their soccer team fundraiser. Ross sold B boxes of cookies. So there we go. We don't know what Ross sold, we just know he sold B boxes. Gabby sold 35 boxes of cookies. We do know that together, though, they did sell a total of 69 boxes of cookies. So how many boxes did Ross sell? So this is who I need to solve for. So if I set up my equation, I know boxes is going to be my variable. We just know that Ross sold B boxes plus Gabby, she sold 35 boxes of cookies. And together, they sold a total of 69. Okay, so what is, if you look up here, there's addition going on. So to mathematically solve for this, I know you all know we're just going to have to subtract the number of boxes that Gabby sold and we'll figure out Ross, right? So if you look up here, what I've done for you is given you the inverse operations. So if subtraction is given to me, I'm going to add. If add is given to me, I'm going to subtract. If division is given to me, I'm going to multiply. And if I'm given multiplication, I'm going to divide. Those are inverse operations of each other. So right here I can see that I am adding. So I'm going to do the opposite of addition, and that is the inverse of it is to subtract 35 from both sides of my equation. So why? Because I have an equation. What's on the left side of my equation and on the right side, it must stay balanced. So positive 35 and negative 35 form a zero pair, right? So I just cross them out because they're going to give me 0. So B equals, boxes equals 69 minus 35. So when I subtract that, I can see that Ross sold 34 boxes of cookies. You should know what the number means for in the problem, okay? Then what you can always do is substitute your solution to check it. So I can go and say, well, let me see if 34, right, plus 35 actually gives me 69, and it does. So 34 has to be the correct solution. And go to the next problem. Gina wants to go to the water park with her friends, and they have a total of $60 to buy tickets. Each ticket costs $15. Huh? What does that sound like to you guys that we've been studying, right? If every one ticket, so one ticket, right, costs $15, that is called our unit rate, okay? How many tickets can they actually buy? So again, I'm looking at tickets. Tickets is my variable. I already know something about tickets here. Every one ticket costs $15, so that's easy. I know multiplication must be occurring. So $15 for every single ticket, and they have a total of $60 to spend. So this is what my equation would look like. You know, in our previous lesson where we were writing equations as getting the cost, or y equals 15 times x, okay? Same idea. Here, $15 for every ticket, but they actually have given you the total amount that they can spend. So I am now dealing with multiplication and division, right? So they've given me multiplication. What's the inverse of that? It's to divide by 15. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. So 15 divided by 15 is 1, right? And 1 times x leaves me with x. And if you take 60 and divide it by 15, that's going to equal 4. So they can buy a total of 4 tickets. Again, can you take your 4 tickets and check your solution? Yes, you can. 15 times 4. If you multiply that, you get a total of $60. So therefore, the solution of 4 tickets works. Situation C, one more. Larry reads at a rate of 10 pages per day. Love when they give me my unit rate, right? 10 pages for one day. Good job, Larry. He's doing his reading. He read 12 days in a row. So how many pages has he read? So I want the total pages. And I know that he reads 10 pages each day, right? So every single day he's reading 10 pages. So they gave me that he read 12 days. So to get the total pages, I have to do 10 times 12, right? So when I multiply that out, that lets me know that he read a total of 120 pages. Okay, it's your turn. Now take the opportunity to read it, set up an equation, and then answer the question. Kim and Stacy like to make bracelets. Kim has made 25 bracelets and Stacy has made B bracelets. They have made a total of 57 bracelets altogether. So how many bracelets did Stacy make? So Stacy is who we do not know, but we do know that Stacy made B bracelets, and together with Kim, who made 25, together they had a total of 57 bracelets. Once again, what operations are occurring? Addition and subtraction here. So the opposite of add 25, I'm solving for B, so make sure we leave that on one side of the equation because that's what we're looking for. So I can subtract 25 on both sides because this will give me 0 pairs, which will leave me with the bracelets that were made for Stacy. So 57 take away 25 is 32. So Stacy must have made 32 bracelets. Can I check my solution of 32? Yes. I can go back and substitute that in my equation. 32 plus 25 should equal 57 on this side. And when I add that, I do get 57 equals 57. So the solution of 32 makes my equation true. Last we do problem. Please take the opportunity to attempt and then check your answer. At Chips Ahoy Company, they are serious about the number of chocolate chips in their cookies. They claim that each cookie, so one cookie, has C number of chips. Okay, so that's all we know, that there are C chips, right, chocolate chip cookies in one cookie. If their claim is true, they're saying there will be 200 chips in 10 cookies. So therefore, how many of those chips are in one cookie? Okay, multiple ways to write this equation, right? So I could say, well, they've already given me that there's X number of chips, so there's 200 chips, right, in 10 cookies. So I can look at it this way. So 10 times some number, right, some unit rate of the chips is going to give me how many are in one cookie. So I can take this and divide that by 10, and that's going to tell me how many chips are in one cookie. So 200 divided by 10 is equal to 20 chips, right? 20 chips in one cookie. Chocolate chips in one cookie. Okay? All right, Patriots. I want you to think about those inverse operations. How are they helping me solve those equations? And these are the ones I'm talking about. Subtraction and addition, how do they help me solve, right? A one-step equation. And division and multiplication. Those are inverse operations of each other. Have a great day.